One's character is defined as their moral or material characteristics that define them as an individual. So the character of a person has to do with, are they honest? Are they practical? Are they frugal? Are they kind? Are they compassionate? Are they patient? Are they gracious? Are they dependable? Are they trustworthy? Etc. As well as the kind of, wow, he's such a character definition of things, as in he's funny or he's lively or he's interesting. He's quite a bit different than the average. He's quite a character. Today, on Paint a Beautiful Picture, in episode number 209, we are looking at the character of a person and the way in which we can nurture and develop the character in our children. I've always said, and I do really believe it's true, that when God looks out over the earth in heaven, he'll say, "Look at that one right there, that little freckle-faced, red-headed, curly-headed, kind of wild one. Yep, I really like that one." That would be me. I can tell you right now that when God looks out over heaven and he sees you, he sees your mate, he sees your child, he says, "Wow, look at that one. I really like that one. I did good work right there." There are some people we just really like. We get along with them well. They're just an easy match for us. I have a friend like that. Oh my word, it's awesome spending time with her. There are other people that are much more challenging for us. And I have people in my world like that. I just about some days when I'm struggling, I want to rip out my hair and say bad words and just come apart and never have to contend with them again. It's not an option though. And I believe we all face that too. I actually had that happen in my home with my children. One was a piece of cake for me to handle, and one was very challenging. If you have 3 or 4 or 5, or like in my family, 10 children, there will be ones that you have a natural affinity for that are extremely easy for you, and there will be the more difficult, challenging ones. And I know this because I've talked to numbers of parents of large families. But even at 3 or 4, this can still happen. So your goal, one, as a parent, is to look at the character, the very nature of your child, and learn how to appreciate how God created them to be. If they're a loud and boisterous, noisy person, it doesn't mean that they don't need to learn some self-control, but it doesn't mean anything is wrong with them because they're far more enthusiastic than you're accustomed to. If they tend to be extremely hardworking, and not many people in your family are, everyone in your family is pretty casual, and this person is a hard driving, major type A human being, yeah, you're not going to beat that out of them. Change, you're not. That's who they are, and that's who they're going to be. You need to learn how to maximize their potential, even if that's not who you are, and appreciate them, though they might make you a little crazy with their level of intensity. You have to see who your children really are. This takes time, energy, a certain amount of effort, and a good bit of perspective because they're not you, and all of us see the world from our own place. So it takes some learning to do this as a parent. And then you need to learn how to maximize on what they have. Then you have to teach them what they don't have. So it's a big job being a parent. I've never denied that, and I'm not going to start today. You have your work cut out for you. Get ready, hold on, and be prepared. So, when you find out who they really are, in other words, they're just as loyal as the day is long. They go around picking up all these needy, desperate human beings, and because of their great loyalty, they're not likely to give them up, and they will give and give and give till they're about dry and dead. You need to help them learn how to be loyal, for sure, to their family, to their mate, to their God, to their church, to their community, but not to everybody in the whole world, and certainly not to those who are going to take till they have nothing left. They have to learn to discriminate. but you want to maximize on the goodness of being loyal. You have a person who is naturally fair. They have this strong sense of justice. Everything needs to be right down the middle in half. I had one of these, and I got really smart about this because I only had two. One split whatever they were sharing in half, the other one chose first, and they traded off days. My sons got to be really good at exactly how much a half was, just so you know. They still have that very strong sense of equity and justice, and I think it's a good thing, and I learned to maximize on it. The same thing is true of the negative aspects of a person's character. If you have a child who is just a relentless liar, like they can hardly tell the truth about anything, you need to take them through simple exercises where it's easy to tell the truth. What color are my glasses? Well, they're red. Now, yeah, they got brown on the sides, but yes, they're red. Okay, that's just telling a simple truth. When I write with this pen here, though it's gold on the outside, the ink is black. Those are just factual things. When you have a child who really struggles with lying, you help them learn to speak the truth, simple truth, repetitively, day after day, speaking truth, so that they learn and see the value of truth. When you have a child who is prone to steal, you really have to deal with it. I had a son that was. When he was little, he stole candy from a store. When we got home, he showed it to me. He goes, "Look what I have, Mom." I said, "Where'd you get it?" "Oh, I took it." We didn't live far away. We had driven to the store. We had driven home. So we had plenty of time to think about it. We walked to the store. It was maybe a half a mile. He was 4. We walked to the store. I made him go to the manager and tell the manager, "I stole this from you. That was wrong. What shall I do? Do you want me to pay for it? Do you want me to give it back?" He gave it back and the manager took it back. And the manager did tell him, he said, "If you ever steal from me again, I will call the police regardless of your age." This guy really understood what I was trying to do. To my knowledge, my son did not steal anything for many years thereafter. It did stay with him for quite a while. He had a problem again as a teenager. I dealt with it again really strongly. You have to deal with the negative parts of their character, the weaker parts, as well as the stronger parts. You have to let them understand your character will shape your life. It influences how people think about you. It will affect the kind of work that you are able to do. And once you have a job, it will affect whether or not you can keep that job or whether you will advance within a company or a system. Your character really matters in your work. Your character matters in your relationships, within your family, with your friends, within your community, even in your relationship to God. Your character matters. And then you really need to give your children, to the best of your ability, that sense of responsibility about their character. You, as a human being, can develop your character, can get stronger in certain areas. You can work on the good parts of yourself, or you can adamantly refuse. I cannot make you do it. And you can't. I want you to know that. You can set every parameter to make it easier, but you can't make them do it. You genuinely can't. So don't beat your head on that brick wall. But set it up to the best of your ability. Exert all the influence that you have. And definitely put it in place where there's a reward system and motivation for doing the right thing. And help your child see the benefits, the advantages of developing a good moral character. There are numbers of reasons for this. 1, they will be a happier, more well-adjusted, satisfied, successful human being. 2, you will be a parent who is able to be proud. And 3, things within your home, and once they leave your home, things within your family unit will go much more smoothly, much more happy. So there are definite advantages to helping your child see why they need to develop the better parts of their character and continue to expend energy to do that. My challenge question for you today is this: what kind of character do you have, Dad? What kind of character do you have, Mom? Because you are the living example in front of your children of either the advantages or the disadvantages and negative repercussions of the kind of character that you have. So really look at that, be honest with yourself, begin to make changes and develop things that you see that need work, and then pass on these great life lessons to your children. It's been so good having you with me today on Paint a Beautiful Picture. You may find additional information on our paintabeautifulpicture.com website. Additionally, you may watch me on Rumble, and you may also listen to a podcast on Buzzsprout or Spreaker, all under the name Paint a Beautiful Picture. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. You may subscribe, and if you are interested in receiving notifications, please hit the notifications button.